What's up, guys? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our videos. Also, make sure you follow us all over social media so you don't miss any of our content or show announcements. I want to talk a little bit about the Steph LeBron debate. So, Steph fans reinstigated this discussion over the weekend, basically trying to paint the picture that Steph is the defining player of this era, the greatest player of this era, and they had a better career than LeBron James. Steph fans have felt this way since 2015. This is not exactly a new idea. Many of you might remember the Steph Better hashtag that used to go around all the time. And to be clear, I don't blame Warriors fans for feeling this way. He's their hero. He brought them 4 titles. It'd be weird if they weren't relentlessly advocating for him in the all-time context. I also find debates along these lines to be somewhat boring because no one's changing their mind. There's no Warriors fan that is going to budge based on this take that I'm about to unleash. You guys have your way that you feel. I respect that. I have my way that I feel. I respect that. Or I would ask for the same in return, right? But I have literally never heard a basketball person who isn't a Warriors fan or an outspoken anti-LeBron guy make the case that Steph was better than LeBron. Because it's absurd. Let's set aside the obvious stuff. Like that LeBron had a Hall of Fame career before Steph even entered his prime. And that LeBron is still every bit as good as him. Or that LeBron has 4 times as many finals MVPs or twice as many MVPs. Or that LeBron is one of only 2 players in NBA history with 4 MVPs and 4 finals MVPs. Let's set that stuff aside. Just the narrative that Warriors fans are trying to build is absurd. Steph won his first title against LeBron in a series where both of his co-stars were injured. LeBron literally received more finals MVP consideration than Steph after that series. I disagreed with that line of thinking because I don't believe in rewarding the loser. I think Steph should have won at finals MVP, but LeBron literally got more consideration for finals MVP than Steph that season. Then LeBron beat him in spectacular fashion in 2016, back-to-back 2 40-point games in Game 5 and Game 6 to extend the series. In that 2016 series, LeBron badly outplayed Steph on both ends of the floor. Then Kevin Durant joined the team. And the Warriors were so insanely talented that they had a negative odds on sports books before the season to win the title. You bet $1 on the Warriors to win the title in October those years, 17 and 18, you would have made less than $1 at the end of the season. Because it wasn't just KD and Steph. It wasn't just the second and third best players in the league joining forces. It was Klay Thompson, the second best shooter of all time, one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball with great size and strength at his position, an awesome role player in this league. Draymond Green, arguably the greatest defender of this era. Andre Iguodala, such a versatile forward that he got the finals MVP in 2015. And during that era was a do-everything player for them. I'm a big fan of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love and J.R. Smith, but it was a different level of talent that was on those 2 rosters. The way that whole 4-year saga is now being retroactively rebuilt as a one-on-one rivalry between LeBron and Steph is fucking outrageous. When LeBron was at his best, he was the best parts of Steph and Draymond put together. He was one of the most prolific offensive engines in the history of the sport and one of the best defensive players to ever play the game. What happened in the 2016 finals is kind of the perfect encapsulation of the difference between the two of them. LeBron, in that fourth quarter, surgically took the Warriors apart in a way Steph was not able to on the other end of the floor. And yet still, at the end of the game, LeBron saved it by leveraging his athleticism to make a superhuman play when Kyrie on the other end attacked Steph because he was the lesser athlete on the court and a player he could get easy separation from. That's the difference between the two. 2 all-time great offensive engines. I'd even argue Steph was a little bit better as an offensive engine than LeBron. But LeBron brought that Draymond level of playoff defensive impact while also being a 5-time first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense player. LeBron was one of the great defenders to ever play this game. Think back to the Spurs series and the low-man possessions on Tim Duncan and Thiago Splitter at the rim. Think about him in 2016 on the famous brick that Steph shot over Kevin Love at the top of the key. LeBron was lurking in the paint. He blocked 9 shots over game 5, 6, and 7 of that series. Think about the level LeBron was able to get to defensively in 2020 as he helped anchor one of the great defenses in NBA history as he won his 4th championship the year after Kevin Durant left the Warriors. There was a level LeBron could get to in terms of his athletic in position that Steph could never get to, and that to me is why they are on different tiers. I'm a huge Steph fan. You got to take my word for this. I get it. He's legitimately my second favorite player. And I actually like him more as like a dude than LeBron. Half the time LeBron opens his mouth, it drives me crazy. Super corny. There are a lot of things I don't like about the guy. To me, Steph is a more steady leader and a much more likable just guy. I'm a big Steph fan. But when it comes down to basketball, he's just not on the same tier as LeBron all time. It's LeBron and MJ at the top. Then there's a gap. And then it's Kobe, it's Magic, it's Steph, and it's Bird in that next tier for me. I don't think Steph is even capable of entering into the next tier. He's never even had an undisputed hold on the best player in the world title, the way that LeBron did back in 2013 or that Jokic does now. We can celebrate Steph without rewriting history and journeying to fantasy land. Guys, it was an awesome rivalry between the Cavs and Warriors, and it was fun in a stretch of the NBA history where we got to see these teams face over and over again. But if you're painting that as like Steph versus LeBron playing one-on-one, that's dishonest, and it's not reality. So I like that athletic imposition element we're talking about. You want to know why LeBron's never had single-digit points in, God knows how many games, or that LeBron hasn't had 3 points in a game since December of 2004? It's because there's a certain floor that comes from being 6'9", 260 pounds and big and strong and being able to leverage yourself in ways that don't strictly tie to shot making. Now, Steph has a gravity element. In the Rockets game last night, for instance, he only had 3 points. A lot of plays on film where I'm watching Steph run off of an action, someone slip out of it and get open. Steph has value that goes beyond it, but there's more variance in his singular output on the game because he's a jump shooter. Sometimes the shots don't go in. Sometimes he goes 1 for 8 from 3 instead of, 12 for 20. And that's the up and down that can come from that type of experience. Again, to me, Steph is one of the greats in NBA history. I have him at 5. I have him at the top 5 player in NBA history. But I just don't think he was on the same level as LeBron, and I thought it was just kind of hilarious the way that was attempted to be made as a case over the course of the weekend. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys for supporting me and supporting the show. No hoops tonight. We're going back tomorrow, but I am doing some stuff with Kevin O'Connor tonight surrounding the national title game. So a little bit of college hoop stuff, some NBA draft stuff. We're also going to talk some NBA in that show, so make sure you guys check out Kevin's pod. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow.